From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Indianapolis Colts. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on 4th down. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Manning. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. 7 yards, the pick up there. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 1st down, Manning. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Rob Gronkowski, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Rob Gronkowski, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Colts have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Manning now on 1st down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down inside Indy's 15-yard line. A big play there for New England. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll look to throw again. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. It's a jet sweep. This is Pittman. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. From the gun, it's Taylor. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll roll him out right. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll make this a second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Flushed it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. .21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Throwing on 1st down is Manning. Will find his man. That's Taylor again. Now the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Now a pass hauled in downfield. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. DJ Chark, 94 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Pats at the line ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on the...
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a second interception of the ball game.
And partner, part of what's gotten him the 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with recklessness, and the latter just occurred. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I wonder if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But nice.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts will take over possession here up at the 44. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman, and it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
A quick throw complete to Chark. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. They run with Taylor. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Manning. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. The 40. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And he bangs it home. It makes it now 35-13 our score. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kyle Duggar able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Another try after the first down sack. Manning, and his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So after the INT, it's Manning, eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 26. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 2nd and 5. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
That is caught by Moss for a Patriots touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Pats are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are right back in this football game. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And now here is another interception. He's picked off at his own 46.
Bring it!
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Let's go, come on!
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Taylor. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 93 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his target, Harris. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Eluding the pressure right. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Escaping the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Colts are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. If you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
They'll get this out wide to Taylor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll make it a 2nd down. Manning gonna throw here. Dancing to his left. It's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the New England Patriots and the Indianapolis Colts. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying, make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Sliding out of the pocket. Open man right side is Ingram. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Patrick Ricard taking it in from a yard out. And the Colts are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to air one out. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get it back here just past the 35. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one. But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On play action, it's Manning. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it. This defense for the Pats, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. They'll go for it. It's Manning. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Rolling to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. It's about that time. Off the option, here's Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Play action. Manning. Under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's going deep for Brown. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. Credit him with his sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the gun, it's Manning. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to have a 1st down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick here is good. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these plays. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Manning. This is caught. It's Brown. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now Manning. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. And the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Manning. He's going deep for Brown. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Now a play fake. Manning. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. Julian Blackmon bringing him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
2nd and 9 now. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 49 yards. And the Patriots on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Taylor. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Man open left side is Brown. And he's got this down to the 35.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Manning now on 1st down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Colts are going to jump back in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, Manning. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On first down, it's Taylor, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. Manning to throw. Flush to his right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the two-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And down to the 36-yard line here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side. And now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. Going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this, the whole offseason.